Hi, I'm Andrea Kanaris, founder of All Things Social Impact. Today I want to talk to you about how to figure out who's really affected by your project. And most projects don't fail because of technical problems. They fail because the right people weren't included in the start. So before you design a survey, collect data, or write a single page of assessment, there's one question you need to ask. Who is actually affected by this project and where? The first step in any social impact assessment is to figure out who and where. That means not just identifying groups of people, but also mapping out the places they live, work, and spend time. If you skip this step, you risk missing whole sections of the community. And then you'll spend the rest of the project trying to rebuild trust. But if you get it right, you'll set yourself up for success. When I was starting out, I used to think you could figure this out with a desk and a map. Just draw a circle around the project and you're done, right? But what I learned quickly is that geography is never that simple. A new road might directly affect people living next door to it, but it could also affect families in the next town if it changes traffic or access to services. It's about looking both close up and further out. In central Queensland, I worked on a project looking at how old mine pits would be managed. On paper, the area of concern looked like just the land around the pits. But when we spoke to farmers, they explained that flood risking extended far beyond those boundaries. Downriver communities could also be affected. That insight completely reshaped the geographical area we considered, and it changed the engineering design. If we'd only looked at the immediate site, we would have missed the people most at risk. On another project, building a new school in Sydney, the immediate area of impact was the streets around the school site. But parents quickly raised concerns about traffic at pick-up and drop-off times. Suddenly, the affected area included neighbouring roads, bus stops and walking routes. By expanding our views of where impacts would be felt, we could design safer crossings, traffic management and drop-off zones. And parents could send their kids to school with much greater peace of mind. Here's something you can try. Pick a project near you, say a housing estate, a wind farm, or a new supermarket. Now, draw circles on a map. The inner circle is the people right next to it. Neighbours, landowners, local businesses. The outer circle is the people who might be indirectly affected, maybe commuters using nearby roads, service providers, or other towns that rely on the same resources. And then add another layer, who within those areas might be more vulnerable, like older people, kids, First Nations communities. That simple exercise will give you a clear picture of who and where to focus on. I like to group people into 3 categories. Some just need to be kept informed, some need to be consulted so their concerns are heard, and some need to work closely with because they're most affected by the location and scale of the project. Thinking of both people and place keeps you focused where it matters most. So before you jump into surveys and reports, stop and ask yourself, who is really affected and where do they live, work, and move through the area? Get that right, and the rest of your assessment flows more easily. Get it wrong, and you'll spend the whole project trying to catch up. Thanks for watching. And in the next video, I'll share how to collect data that really tells the story of what a community cares about.